And let's go back to the breaking news that we're following from New York, where 5 people have been shot and 13 others are injured following a shooting at a Brooklyn subway station. The incident happened around 8:30 this morning, of course, during the rush hour on a subway line that runs through a South Brooklyn neighborhood into Manhattan. Reports from the scene say several people were seen wounded and bleeding on the train platform. The NYPD says there are no active explosive devices after reports suggested unexploded devices were found. The circumstances surrounding the shooting are not yet clear, but law enforcement sources tell the Associated Press that preliminary information indicates a suspect wearing a construction vest and gas mask was seen leaving the area. Joining us live with more on this and the police operation is former OPP Commissioner and CTV's public safety analyst, Chris Lewis. So, Chris, let's start off with such a big crime scene and so many things going on a busy subway station. What's the first thing investigators do once they have to get on scene here?
Well, once they get on scene, Scott, it's all about protecting life. So dealing with people that are injured, securing the area so that there's no more threat to anybody, searching every available spot, looking for people hiding, trying to find more devices that may be there, and any other possible threat. And then, of course, investigatively, they're trying to secure evidence. Forensically at the various scenes within that area, wherever someone is hurt or wherever they find any piece of discarded evidence, as well as investigating the devices, making them safe, and post-blast investigations around any devices that were detonated. And that's just the beginning. That's just in the first little while, the priorities. I mean, the investigations, the intelligence gathering, looking at cameras, people's private cameras, security cameras, and all the businesses around the area where people may have fled. It's just huge. It's hard to even describe the amount of work and resources and people involved in conducting this.
So how complex can this be? Of course, with so many police organizations, it is still an active investigation, not yet even in the investigation stage. Still don't know what the situation is on a suspect, whether a suspect has been arrested. We have reports of a possible suspect, but with that still going on, you had mentioned, obviously, the first point is protecting life. With that going on, all the different units here, NYPD, there's also fire and other law enforcement investigations. How complex is this entire thing going to be?
Well, it's as complex as anything could be, really. It couldn't happen in a better place, which sounds awful, but I mean, in terms of the response and investigation within the city of New York, I mean, the fire and ambulance and all sorts of expertise within the New York Police Department itself, as well as one of the larger joint terrorism task forces in the world, and that being ATF, FBI, ultimately, obviously, New York State Police and NYPD and many more. They're all there. They have a very complex structure that's been in place really since 9/11 to gather intelligence and conduct investigations, and then supported by the entire NYPD and every other federal agency in the planet, given they're close to Washington, and a lot of them are located within New York as well. So they've got the structure in place, the command structure and the expertise to do it with access to more people to help. And then it's a matter of, piecing off all the different assignments to different units with someone in charge of that, reporting to the structure. They've also got families to notify because there's people that are hurt. Some may not be conscious. Some may be close to death. And who are they? Do they have identification on them? Can they talk? Are they conscious? And so just looking after that piece and the media stuff aside, this is huge. I mean, it's tremendous, but they'll pull it off because they can.
Sure, of course. Yeah, of course, as you mentioned, one of the last things there is informing the public through the media. That is a huge task right now. So thank you so much for your expertise on that. Of course, we'll be following this throughout the day. Thank you.